Hey everybody, this is Leah Ray from digitaltrailblazer.com. Excited for tonight. This is a big one. We have a lot of people looking to jump on this live who've said that they are coming tonight because this is a really cool topic. So we are talking numbers. We are talking about how to help you get to $100,000 per month. And if you you're probably not anywhere near that number, and that's okay. I'm going to break down for you exactly how you're going to get there, okay? Because believe it or not, it's probably closer than you actually realize. So let's dive into this. Say hi. If we have some good engagement, I might just throw in some little goodies for those. Hey Jasper, welcome. Okay, so here's the deal. We're in this live tonight, this live workshop. We're going to talk numbers first, right? That's how we're going to dive in. And then we're going to talk about how to fit this all in. Hey, Nomadic Fitness, welcome. How it's going to fit into your, hey, Maurice, how it's going to fit into your business and how you can actually make this happen. Hey, David, welcome. So how do you get to $100,000 per month? Okay. If this is like a mind-blowing number for you, I totally get it. It was for us until we suddenly blew up into that. But it is doable, and I'm going to break it down for you and your business. Hey Ray, welcome. Mariani, awesome. Say howdy if you're on YouTube. We're on YouTube and the group tonight. And I'll update the description on YouTube to come back to the links that I forgot. But if you have not yet booked a call with us to get help with how to put all of this together for your digital course, your digital coaching program, book a call. The link is in the description. Now, numbers. Now, depending on where you are in this process, you might have a digital course or coaching program already created. You may just have the concept in your mind. You may have something on the market already that you've gotten some people in, and you're just looking to scale it and make it bigger. So let's talk about just start with the raw numbers, and then we're going to break down, create a plan to back it up and how to get there. Okay. Hey, Paula Lynn, welcome. So let's say, good question, David. How do you get to $100,000 a month? So if you have one $500 product, okay, we're going to start smaller, then we're going to work our way up. So if you have a $500 product, whether that's coaching, whether that's a digital course, a $500 product, in order to get to $100,000 a month, is 200 sales in 30 days, right? In 1 month period. If you have 4 weeks in a month, that means 50 sales a week. That's a lot of sales, okay? But it's not doable. We've done a lot more than that in a week. We actually made twice this amount with a lower price thing. It was kind of total chaos because that's insane. But a $500 product means 200 sales a week, which means 200 sales a month and 50 sales a week, okay? So if you have a $2,000 product, this is gonna be a lot easier, okay? A $2,000 product means only 50 sales a week, which is 12.5 sale. Okay, try that again. A $2,000 product is 50 sales a month. Much easier, okay? And 12.5 sales a week. Can you make 12 and a half sales a week? 12, 13 sales a week? That's kind of starting to get more doable, right? That seems more in the realm of possibility. So that's at $2,000. Yeah, David, $500 product is 200 sales a week, or 200 sales a month, 50 sales a week. Sorry, my tongue's getting all tied up. Hey, Amanda, welcome. Now, if you have so that was at 2,000 was the last one we talked about, right? 2,000 is 50 sales a month and 12.5 sales a week. Now change that to a $5,000 product. So if you have $5,000 course or coaching program, that's only 20 sales in an entire month. 20 sales in an entire month, which is five sales a week. This is getting a lot more doable, right? Okay, 5 sales a week, 1 sale a day. Okay, I can do that, right? That's starting to make more sense, right? Something that's doable. Now, If you have a $10,000 product, so you've got a good size product, right? Very comprehensive, very value packed, and it's $10,000, then you're only looking at 10 sales a month and 2.5 sales a week. Oh, that's very doable, right? So before we talk about how to increase your price point to get to that level, let's first talk about systems, okay? Because as you can imagine, you're going to be driving a lot of traffic. You need to be getting a lot of exposures, and you need to be able to handle all of this level if you're going to do this, right? So you need systems in place to handle the traffic and to help you make the sales. Now, obviously you need traffic, right? And when I say traffic, I mean people who are getting in front of your offer. So if you're currently out there networking and prospecting and like offering what you do on a one-on-one basis, you can't do that to $100,000. Like, let's be realistic. If you have a massive presence on YouTube or some other social media presence where you can drive a lot of traffic, that's fabulous. Most people do not have that, and you can still do this, but you're going to use paid traffic, right? So you're going to have to use paid traffic, so we have to have some systems in place in order to handle the paid traffic, getting people exposed and closed to your offers. So you need a way to capture your leads. So you're using ClickFunnels, you're using something where you're actually generating the lead, you're building your email list so that you can get them, market to them over time, but you can do the follow-up series, which is so important. You need to warm up the lead, the person who is opted in, and get them exposed to your offer. Now, for a good sized priced offer, so 500, a few thousand, whatever, a webinar is a fabulous way to do this. Now, if you have a price point of $2,000 or less, you can fully automate everything. Okay, so this is beautiful. So if you're like $2,000 or less, you can drive traffic to a webinar. So you're capturing the lead, you're getting them plugged into a webinar, and in that webinar, you are warming them up by giving them tons of value and training, and then you're making your offer inside that webinar. Now with that, you're going to then have to do a bunch of follow-up. So, out of all of the people, all the leads that you generate that register for the webinar, a small percentage are actually going to watch the webinar the first time around. You need to have a follow-up system in place so that if they registered for the webinar but they didn't watch it, you've got an email series that goes out to them to get them to watch it. If they watched the webinar but they didn't stick with it till the offer, right? They left before the offer came, then you need a different email series to get them to rewatch it and get to that part. If they watched the webinar, they saw the offer, and they didn't purchase, that's a different follow-up series. So you have all of these different series involved to sort of make a cycle. Like when you're driving traffic and you're paying for your traffic, you need to stop any leaks in the boat, right? Anytime someone could fall out, you want to plug that hole, get them back in, get them in front of your offer so that you have that chance to make that sale. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to buy, but you want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to buy. Okay, so you want a really good follow-up series in place. So we use Active Campaigns as our email follow-up series or email system, and ClickFunnels. They work really well together, and they're both really good systems. Now, in addition to having systems in place to actually make the sales, you are also going to need systems in place to handle the level of customers. Because if you're, especially at a lower price point, when you're talking about a lot of sales, even just 200 customers a month is a lot of customers. So you have to ask yourself, how much of your personal time will every customer take? If you're doing one-on-one coaching, obviously that's not an option, right? This is for group level programs, things that don't take a ton of your individual time, okay? Your digital courses work great for this, but also group level coaching or coaching that requires very little of your one-on-one time so that you can scale this up. So you have to figure this out. How much time will it actually take you to deliver the product per customer? Is that is that going to scale up? Is that something you got to change up or hire staff to take parts of it off your plate? What does that look like? But you also need systems in place to handle the customer service. Because guess what? If you have 200 customers coming in a month into your business, you're going to have 200 people dealing with login issues, questions, possible chargebacks or refund requests or all of those sorts of things going on. That can get overwhelming incredibly fast. And you don't want to get stuck in that customer service pit. Let's be real. It's not fun dealing with that kind of stuff all day long. You want to outsource as much as possible. So create some systems, and you right now, if you're not doing 200 sales a month, you don't need someone to do that for you. But I want you to think ahead and understand that as you start to scale, you need some help. You need a virtual assistant or someone that can help you with those kind of menial tasks that don't have to be you, but still have to get done. Okay? Awesome. Now, you will likely need to start at a lower price point. So no matter what your end price point is, and your price point, let's just dive into that for a minute, because we're talking about, at $500, at $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Those are very different looking programs. To get help to flush out what your price should be and how to really make a robust, amazing program that has way more value than you're charging for, same bat time, same bat channel, right? Next on Thursday, so in just a few days from now, Todd is actually going to be, both of us together, I think actually, we're going to do a live where we're going to talk through your price points, right? And give you some advice and 3 different ways to really bring those price points up and have them be just value packed where people are really happy and excited to pay for that higher amount. Okay, so Thursday, we're going to dive deeper into price points. So we're not going to go super deep into how to bring your price point up, how to justify it, how to add more value. That's going to be on Thursday. Okay, just understand the bigger the price point, kind of the less work to get to the $100,000 right per month. So whatever price point you're set on. So if that's $5,000 is what you want your program to be, or $10,000 or even $2,000, you have to understand that if you're just getting started, you're not going to charge that right away. You're going to work up to that. So if it's a $2,000 program, you might start at $500 because you need to get people into the program. You need to do essentially a beta test of your training, of your program, make sure it gets people amazing results, and make sure that your webinar converts, that your email follow-up series converts, that your capture pages convert, that everything's working really well. And then you can as you get testimonies from the customers, the people that you're helping, you can scale that up, okay? So you're going to start with a smaller price point and you're going to raise it over time as you help more people and as you really refine your systems and get it all fine-tuned, okay? Now, I'm saying okay a lot. I'm sorry. All right, now you can automate the entire process up to $2,000 price point. So, host, do you have a man? Yes, this is for both. This is our channel together, my husband Todd and I. Digital Trailblazers is a couple brand. So with our, sorry, that totally distracted me for a second. Okay, you can automate the entire process up to $2,000. So if your price point is $2,000 or less, you can run your traffic into a good webinar and sell on the webinar. And then you're totally out of the process. There's no manpower directly involved in making the sale, which is yay, awesome, right? If you get into above $2,000, that's when you really want to leverage calls, actual sales calls. So the webinar gets them to book a sales call with you where you then close them on the phone to the higher ticket. All right. I know some people, like our friend Dave, he can close people higher than 2,000, but he's kind of a unicorn. He's not a normal person. The average person can go to about $2,000 on a good webinar that you've really fleshed out and streamlined and just optimized. Okay. So if you're over $2,000, which hopefully you're aiming for over time, even if you don't start there, what I suggest, and if it scares you to death to do phone calls, don't let it, okay? I do suggest, you don't have to, but it's best if you take calls at the beginning. You can outsource this, you can hire experienced closers to do this for you, but I always feel like you don't want to outsource something that you don't have any idea how to do yourself. So it's better if you do some of this yourself, you get a little bit of that pain, that experience, and then you outsource it. If you get enough experience and you're doing it, you can actually hire someone who doesn't have experience and train them how to do it. Or you can hire someone who's already, great at high ticket sales and closing, and that's fabulous. So there's all kinds of options there. You don't have to do this on your own. I know we're actually working with Stephanie. She's a teacher. We're talking about higher price points. And I said, okay, well, why don't you, obviously you can't take calls during the school year, but why don't you keep it under, 2,000 or less until summer. And then when summer hits, you can bring that price point up. You can do a couple months yourself of taking the phone calls. And then, before school starts up again, you can, if you want to go back to work, then you can hire someone to handle the calls for you. Okay. So you don't let it scare you. You're going to have to grow. It's going to get uncomfortable, but goodness, guys, if you're going to make $100,000 a month, you can get a little uncomfortable, right? That's okay. I'm okay with being uncomfortable for $100,000 a month. Let's be realistic, right? You're not gonna be able to stay in that comfort zone and make that kind of money. Okay. Now, if you have an organic audience for your traffic, even at the beginning, if you have an organic audience, you're gonna scale it with paid traffic, whether that's Facebook ads, YouTube ads, wherever ads, Google ads. You want to add, in order to get to those higher numbers, you're going to want to use paid ads. But you need to understand how well you are converting and how much you're paying per customer, how much money you're getting, right? Hey, Kate. Oh, thank you. Yes, you got to get uncomfortable. Ray, growth only happens outside the comfort zone. Absolutely. Okay. So we're just getting back into YouTube. We actually had to take a break because of the pandemic. So if you're wondering why we're kind of stalled there, it's because we had 2 kids at home and we're sort of getting back into YouTube. So, all right, let's talk about how to scale up and the numbers you need to look at and pay attention to. So when you start really scaling, you've got your systems in place, you know how much money you put in and how much money you get out, and you start scaling up. Please get someone to help you with your ads. Now, you should do ads yourself at the beginning. That's great. And you start doing your YouTube ads, doing your Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever. But when you start to get to several $1,000s a day that you're spending, please don't give yourself a heart attack. Like, outsource that, get a media buyer, get someone who that is their thing. They are really good at it and they're good at handling those higher numbers. Because as someone who has some experience in this world, it can drive you crazy, the anxiety of being in charge of that yourself when it's your money you're putting out there and you're spending, like we've been in that place where we're spending $8,000 a day on ads. Now, how quickly do you think you can have a lot of anxiety over spending $8,000 a day on ads? Pretty quickly, right? That's a lot of money. So having outsourcing when you get to those higher numbers is a good idea, right? You're able to kind of step back from the anxiety of it. You're able to just kind of give it into the hands of an expert. Now, before you get to that level, what do you need to know? How do you know you're ready to really put on the gas and just, go full throttle on this? Well, you need to understand that, look at how much money you're spending and how much it's costing you to get a customer. So how many leads you got to sit down and look at your numbers. Okay. So you can't scale this up right away. You got to run this with some lower traffic and really understand how well you're converting and how much you're paying before you go full throttle. So how many leads do you have to generate before you make a sale? So figure that out. Like, how many leads do you generate before that sale comes in? And then from there, you can figure out how much money are you spending in order to make that one sale. And then, minus the ad costs, all this kind of stuff, you can figure out if I spend $1 in ads, I make $2. Okay, fabulous, right? Or if I spend $1 in ads, I get $3 out, or I get $1.50 out, or whatever that is. But you need a solid number that that's consistent, right? That okay, I get this. I have everything set up. I've tested everything. It's working. I am now, I put in $1, I get $1.50, or I get $2 or $2.50 or $4 or however it converts for you. Okay. Understand that first, because that's what's going to give you the power to go full throttle and say, okay, I'm going to spend $2,000 today. Like, I'm going to spend $8,000 today on ads. You can't do that till you know those numbers and how much you put in to how much you get. Okay. But when you get there, it is magic. Like, it is beautiful. Your business grows like leaps and bounds, and it's fabulous. And if you're just getting started and you're like, this girl's crazy, you can't do that. You can do this. It sounds far-fetched, but it's not. Yes, you have to put in the time and the work to, create an amazing course that's going to help people and solve their problems and serve your audience. Yes, you've got to put in those systems and streamline it and everything else, create a great webinar. Yes, you've got to get the traffic moving. Once you do all of that, just put on the throttle, okay? If we talk about, our experience, once we started first with live webinars, that's my dinner, my roast is done. If you hear beeping right now, it's fine, it's gonna shut off on its own. Okay, so our experience really was getting started with live webinars. So selling on live webinars once a week, putting ad spend behind it, spending, $1,800 to $2,500 a week on that webinar, and then selling on the webinar. We were pretty quickly able, we went right to $30,000, $35,000 a month. However, if you go a little slower with ads, we were pretty experienced when we got into it. So, our results aren't typical, right? That whole disclaimer. So, maybe if you are getting help and a coach, and you should book a call with us to see what it looks like to work with us, guys, because you don't want to try to figure this out on your own. If you really want to make $100,000 a month, guess what? You want someone with experience to walk you through the process and make it all easier and streamlined for you. You trust me, you don't want to try this yourself. So even if you're brand new getting started, once you have your system set up, you're driving just a little bit of traffic, getting to $10,000 a month is not that hard. Okay, if you're getting help to optimize your conversions, right? So that when you put $1 in, you get $2 out or $3 out or whatever. After the the $10,000 mark, $10,000 to $30,000, $35,000 should come pretty simple. Okay, once we went to $30,000 to $35,000 just on live webinars. Then when we automated and we took off the live and we were running a 24/7 automated webinar, that's when the magic unicorn dust happened. And the money just came in insane. It jumped very quickly to 70, 80, then 100, then 180, like $1,000 per month. Okay, it is it very quickly scales up when you have optimized every piece of the puzzle along the way. When everything's optimized and streamlined, then it's just putting on the throttle, getting an opportunity. Sometimes, ads are doing some different things, and sometimes an opportunity opens up and you can just put on the gas and just takes off, okay? So going to 50, once you hit 50, I feel like that's like where it can go a lot faster very quickly. So if you're, currently not making any money, or you're just making a couple sales here and there, don't get discouraged, okay? Yes, you've got some work to do. I'm not gonna lie. It takes work, but get our help. Book a call with us. Get our help to put this together, because once you've optimized each piece of the puzzle, and we've got templates for all of it, just makes it super easy, right? So you've got a great follow-up series, you've got a great webinar, you've got all of this stuff in place, then you put on the throttle and bada bang, bada boom, you're making $100,000 a month. So I hope that you understand how doable this is. Now, I'm curious, of the folks that are watching, where are you in your business? Are you just creating something right now? Do you have something and you're looking to automate it and scale it? Where are you? Because digital products, digital education, digital coaching is the future. It's a beautiful opportunity. And we can dive into your specifics if you give me some examples of what you're working on. So awesome. I followed Digital Trailblazer for a year ago, gives me the helpful content for my business and help your channel, helps me always be on track. Oh, well, thank you. I did put on my makeup tonight. So this is, some days you're going to see me au naturel, and some days I've got a little time before and we can do it. Hey, Adrian, Welcome. Adrian's a fabulous lady. She's got an amazing product that she's working with, and she's launching, and I think moving into the automated phase now. So she did her beta. So yes, no matter what your topic is, and we're helping people from all walks of life, doing products on digital home design or custom home building, to animal training, to creating your own in-person business, to doing marketing type training, to doing I don't even know, Fiverr type stuff, to doing, I mean, it goes on and on and on. There's the sky's the limit, but we are in a digital revolution for education, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 did that. So let me light a little fire under your butt if I can to move this along. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Okay, it is a huge opportunity. Yes, Adrian says 12-month program, beta complete, automated masterclass next. Boom. We're going to be rooting for you, Adrian, as you move to automated and scale. And let us know your numbers as you kind of flesh that out, because then we can help you with how to effectively scale that up to get to those beautiful numbers that we're all looking for. Just creating, still trying to hone in on a very specific content. Okay, last Monday night, I did a great training on the beginner, like honing your marketing message, getting everything set up at the beginning. So Paula Lynn, that one's going to be really helpful for you. Yay, Adrian. Okay, so yes, book a call. If you need help with the system side of things, we do have a freebie. I'll put it in the description in YouTube afterwards, but we have a freebie in the description here in Facebook. It is a automated sales toolkit. So it's a PDF and a video training that walks you through the setup of the systems. Okay, so you can click on that, download it, get access. It's going to walk you through. It's Todd. He does a great job on this stuff, so you can get access. But book a call, free strategy session to see what it looks like to work with us. Okay, it's super simple. Several of these folks that are on the call, Mariana, I just talked to her on Friday. It's a fun process. We get to dive into what you're doing and open your eyes to the possibilities and help you move forward. So whether it's with us or on your own, we give you some really clear concepts to work with and get you moving in the right idea. So book a call. I'm going to have to wrap. I got another live in another group that I'm going to do here shortly. But thanks for joining us, guys. Well, Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, 5:30 Pacific time, Todd is going to be live in the group. I'll put the group link in the description as well on YouTube. And in the Thursday nights live, Todd's going to dive really deep into price point, okay? How to increase your price point, how to really price it appropriately, but in a way that helps you to be able to afford traffic and everything else that you need to do to make it a really good business for you. Awesome nutritional coaching program in Spanish. I love that. Mariani. You're going to do great. Yay. Okay, guys, have a blessed night. I will join Todd actually on Thursday night. So we'll see you there. Happy Monday.